Welcome to the Dallas Duo Podcast,
your weekly wellness coffee date.
I'm Whitney Stuart.
And I'm Andrea Overturf.
We're friends in Dallas, always looking for the best ways to optimize our health
and have fun along the way.
Welcome back to the Dallas Duo Podcast. We're so excited to be here today. We're sitting down with Hoyt and Taylor Nicholson, co-founders and owners of Unrefined Bakery, a Dallas-based brand nationally recognized for redefining gluten-free and allergen-friendly baked goods. Unrefined began as a personal mission after Anne and her daughter were both diagnosed with celiac. What started as a home kitchen solution has grown into a multi-location bakery serving families and celebrations across North Texas and shipping nationwide. Anne leads much of the recipe development and operations, ensuring every product meets Unrefined's high standards for flavor, quality, and safety.
Taylor, as co-founder and owner, continues to drive the brand's growth and innovation. In addition to Unrefined Bakery, she's launching Test Kitchen Meal Prep, a scratch-made delivery-based concept focused on making healthy, allergy-friendly food more accessible. Test Kitchen also serves as the innovation hub for Unrefined Eats, the brand's frozen prepared foods line. As female entrepreneurs in the Dallas food scene, Anne and Taylor bring a grounded perspective on building businesses that solve real problems without compromising food quality. Welcome.
We're so excited you're here. What a nice intro.
Yeah. Had to cover it all.
That's right. You guys got it. Nailed it. So for listeners who know Unrefined but may not know you, tell us how we really got here.
Youngest daughter, Erin, was super sick in college. Taylor began making food bars for her because Erin was pre-med and there was nothing up on campus and she was there like 18 hours a day. And then fast forward a little bit, she began packaging the food bars. I was like, wait, it was my idea to do it at a bakery. She said, get going or I'm going to do this. So I jumped in and worked hard and got some recipes that worked. We gave them to family and friends for Christmas in 2009 and everybody loved it, even though it was
what
gluten-free. Banana bread, Chex Mix, 5 food bars, brownies. And
brownies was
dinner
today. I mean, dinner changes to that.
Yeah. Dinner.
Okay. Were the food bars? I'm so interested. Were they like a DIY Lara bar? Because I was celiac and that's what I was.
We lost them and reached
it. So it was actually pre-Lara bar. Like there weren't even Lara bars on the market yet 17 years ago, believe it or not. So it was like a blend of puffed rice, peanut butter, or almond butter, depending on the flavor, brown rice syrup for like the sweetener base. And then we did different fruits. Like we had a cranberry apricot. We had a nuts and seeds, which had like almonds and pumpkin seeds. We had a paleo food bar, which was very similar to a Lara bar. It was a blend of prunes and apricots with nuts. Background. We had 6 flavors, but we're not mass production. Like we mass produce by hand, but we don't mass produce with machines. So when the bar market exploded 12, 13, 14 years ago, it sort of priced us out of the market. But straight up, there's still the cleanest bar on the market. There's some great bars on the market. I know, but not. It was as clean as that. It was a great bar. We had it for years. I'm surprised we didn't have it when you were with us, Whitney. I think we did.
I did. I'm trying to remember if I did. So backstory. So I worked for a short stint over the summer in college at Unrefined Bakery. And Taylor was the first person I had ever met. I think who was eating a paleo. I'm trying to think if it was the word paleo I had ever heard the first time. And I had been diagnosed with celiac not like a year and a half prior. So everything was so new to me. And then she was like eating paleo and making all her baby food and like heating up a sweet potato to eat. And I was just mind blown by this like Whole Foods lifestyle that I like never met someone doing before. You guys, I felt like we're in the frontier of all of that.
We knew somebody who was doing CrossFit in Washington, D.C. And they were talking about paleo. And I was like, and they're like, yeah, we're baking without grains. And I was like, that's not possible. But she and I began playing with, I Googled paleo bread because that's sometimes we have brand new novel ideas. I try to get some ideas. And so we both started playing with recipes and came up with, we started with 2 at the same time.
A few years into Unrefined. I didn't start with the
2011.
Yeah.
It was super early.
But yes, she was kind of the hippie granola mom long before it was cool. Like I had a teacher in elementary school who every day she would come up to me and be like, and what are you having in your lunch today? She's like, what is that? And I mean, she would use wheat germ. I mean, this is before we were free, but I mean, she was always we did not eat box cereal. I mean,
I didn't.
that wasn't a thing.
Boston was the devil in my household. It was not allowed.
Got it on vacation. So, but like, if we got to pick a box cereal. It's very memorable for me.
But then I would also do like biscuits and gravy, right? Like I still do homemade stuff. And we do real food. Yeah, we do homemade pizza every Friday night with a sourdough starter. So that's back in the day.
The beginning of how, our minds were shaped.
Right. Because my mom always baked and her mom always baked and like it just got handed down. And back in the day, it was organic. Like there wasn't unorganic food. It was all organic.
So the first celiac diagnosis.
Urine.
My sister.
Okay, and then everyone followed from there?
So I haven't actually been formally diagnosed with celiac.
Okay.
She has.
We just read about it.
Turns out it doesn't really matter to me if I'm celiac or not. I was for 19 years.
Self-selected in sugar high.
Like she doesn't have a celiac diagnosis.
She wasn't eating she's like, no, pizza makes me sick. I'm not going to eat it. I'd stopped eating white sauces and pasta in my early 20s.
Mhm.
Like it just made me sick. And I didn't have it, Erin didn't get diagnosed until I was 48. So
Did it
we'd all kind of
first afterwards, like get diagnosed?
I'd 100% think my mom, dad, and siblings. 100% think so.
You think your entire family?
I do think so.
My youngest son.
Yeah.
My oldest son and my youngest son, he definitely has food sensitivities. My brother is gluten-free, but he's not celiac.
But he finally
Pretty strong family disposition. I've been gluten-free for almost 20 years, but I'm 42. So I had just finished college.
diagnosed with a dairy allergy as an infant because she had just terrible infantile diarrhea. And they just didn't even know. I remember watching Phil Donahue when they were babies. So my kids are 44, 42, and 40. And I was watching Phil Donahue way back in the day and they were talking about wheat allergy. I'm like, wait, that's the healthiest thing ever. How could anybody have an issue with wheat? And that's probably in the mid 90s.
Mhm.
No, the mid 80s. That would have been the mid 80s that I first heard it. And I was like, gosh, there's no way that's a problem.
We have a lot. Yeah, so you should just.
Well, I was going to say, my one question I had was like, I know that banana bread was like one of the original recipes, right? And I feel like that is like still to this day one of your guys' most popular products. Maybe not, but I feel like I see so much banana bread go in and out. What was and this is not in the notes, what recipe took the longest to perfect? Like what has been the hardest to make?
Pizza crust.
Or pie crust. Actually, that's not true. Vegan white cake.
Oh, that's right. Our vegan vanilla cake.
Oh my God.
So
Okay.
I bet we like 200 iterations.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
But I would say close to that in terms of length of time is the pizza crust and the pie crust probably. I would say each of those probably had 100 iterations to get them to where they are today.
I mean, I spent 3 whole weeks on the vegan white bread.
Wow.
White cake. Yeah, because it's hard.
Yeah.
And chocolate's easy because chocolate like does its own thing.
Yeah, powder helps.
The cocoa powder is just this magic.
Vegan ingredient baking. Well, yes, the vanilla vegan cake was chocolate.
Okay. Well, and this is just pure curiosity since Whitney brought it up. But what is your most popular product? Like, I'm dying to know because there's so many great products that you offer.
Our cupcakes, hands down, are a top item. But in terms of the number one most popular item across the board,
Or basic bread, don't you think?
no.
Pizza crust is super high on the list.
It's treats. People just want the treats. But I think they associate that with the bakery. So they come in and they grab cookies or cupcakes or brownies. But then obviously having our freezer staples, our breads and our muffins and our kolaches are quickly becoming one of our most popular products.
As are the family cinnamon roll. We can't keep the kolaches or the cinnamon rolls.
But people generally come in for the treats and then they pick up, the necessities as well. So, but the necessities aren't as exciting. So,
No.
but who doesn't like a cupcake?
Yeah.
They're small.
Right? But everybody likes a cupcake.
It's adult. It has a small. You're not going to like kill your diet with, right? It's just
Exactly.
and it's got a small amount of icing with a nicer sized cake. Like it's all by design. I'm not trying to kill you with icing.
For listeners who may not know about you yet, can you tell us exactly what, I guess, sort of diets you cater to at Unrefined?
Of course. So we're a dedicated gluten-free facility.
Soy.
We also don't use any soy.
Now seed oil.
We've been seed oil free for over 3 years. But we cater to really any diet. So vegans, keto, paleo, if you're allergic to tapioca and sesame and eggs and almonds and pistachios. I mean, like we take care of anything. So we literally have, I think, like 35 specific allergen menus that we will walk someone through if they have an allergy. Because you can be allergic to anything. I mean, bananas, vanilla, latex, sorghum. I mean, anything. So We just came free to it.
I mean, gluten's the hard one, right? You get gluten out. It's the binder. And once you can learn to bake without gluten, the rest, honestly, and once we figured out how to bake without grains, like, and then she learned how to bake with coconut flour. That is one tricky ingredient. And Taylor learned that one.
Wow.
So hard.
It's super funky.
Honestly, we cater to anyone with a specialized diet. So if there's anything special about your diet, we most likely take care of it in some fashion.
I love that. And if you're not in Dallas, do you ship? Remind me.
Yep, we ship nationwide. So we have a full e-commerce.
Adam. Oh, that's right. I like took Autumn there for her book tour, and then she was like, I will find this again.
And we made one of her
Wedding cake, right? Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
We have shipped wedding cakes. We shipped a wedding cake to my son in Alaska, and then we were nervous, so we also hand delivered one with us.
We do. We ship nationwide. We have a full e-commerce site, so you can just check out online.
Styrofoam and dry ice, so it arrives in perfect condition. Because it matters. Like, it needs to arrive frozen.
That's awesome.
That's so cool. I don't know if you guys have listened to like other founder stories, but we had Whitney from Miracle Milk Cookies on, and she talked about like one of her worst business decisions, and she had launched the cookies being delivered like nationwide.
Yes.
When she was in Aspen, and she's like, I'm just going to ship cookies. How hard can it be? And she was like, like 60 orders went out, and
They arrived in Campbell's.
they were like cookie crumbs.
You learn a lot. Shipping's a process for sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of R&D that goes into the packaging and how you ship and what kind of dry ice and how much and what model.
When we first started shipping, we ordered several items from several different people. And like one brand literally put a loaf of bread in this huge box, and it's just bouncing around, noticing, and it just arrives hard as a rock. I'm like, how is that a good thing?
We learn not to do that.
To do that. So, yeah. I think we should actually really, really well.
So like being in Dallas, we've been really lucky having a Dallas podcast. Like, I feel like we're so niche. Like we've had so many founders who are in Dallas who have like a wellness streak to their business. Is there something about like the Dallas community specifically that you feel like has helped you grow or has shaped your business that is different than if you had been maybe in like another city or another environment?
So I think initially what helped us is that there was no one like us. We were unique in the food space here because the really healthy, gluten-free, organic, it wasn't here yet.
Yeah.
It was on the coasts. Yeah. You could find it in California. You could find it in Oregon. You could find it in New York. You could not find it in Dallas. It didn't exist.
But there was somebody that had a business right at we started. I don't think we knocked him out. I think they just didn't do it.
So at the beginning, we were unique. Nobody was like us here. There's absolutely competition now, but we have the most established brand here, and we do something very different. Like there's a lot of brands who are just doing treats or cakes or cupcakes or cinnamon rolls or whatever, but we're taking care of all of the allergens. We're organic. We're seed oil free. Like we're not trying to just be gluten free. I mean, that we've already nailed that. We're also trying to be a healthful stop that, I would estimate 40 to 50% of our customer base doesn't come to us at all because of food allergies. They just come to us because we're organic and we're clean and they feel good about grabbing food from us on the go. Like that's a huge, easily half of our customer base doesn't need us to be gluten-free.
But then sometimes like a kid will have our cake at a birthday party and he won't have anything, and they'll just come and get it because they love the cake and they don't have any need, like, which is really, and that happened very quickly that we had people that weren't gluten-free that jumped onto our stuff. And that's before we even began talking about that we were organic.
But being specific to Dallas, I think originally is that the really health conscious food scene wasn't here 16 years ago. It'll be 16 years.
There was like Cozy Kitchen.
Fine, there's other places who are doing healthy stuff, but we're certainly there among the top.
I also think that had we started in a small community, it wouldn't have done nearly the same thing. Like Dallas is so incredibly diverse, and we reach across all of those spectrums.
And we spread across the Metroplex, between being in Fort Worth, Frisco, Richardson, Dallas. I mean, we kind of hit several of the different markets here intentionally, of course. So,
Well, and I feel like growth here travels really fast.
Yeah. That was all of our growth at first.
Organic marketing is what we're looking for. So, I mean, just organic spread between people telling their friends. I feel like that's the most valuable way to grow your business is just word of mouth advertising. So,
We went to 2 celiac support groups right away, and that is all we did. And then we got on the Dallas Mom's blog right away. And then by July, we were in Dallas Morning News on the back page of the morning paper, like a full page, building a better bakery. And that was within the first year. And that was all literally word of mouth.
And Taylor, like for people who don't know, like you guys are not like a baker duo. Like your background is not in food.
I don't actually love to bake. And I will tell people that. I'm like, I don't really love to bake. I think it's kind of confining.
Because I love that, right? They're like, oh, we assume daughter. Like I think you guys are actually like the beginning of the business, which is so powerful.
But I love flavor combinations. I'm responsible for the cupcake of the week and the cake of the month. And obviously responsible for new test kitchen, quality Unrefined Sweets, which is very much what I love to do. But yeah, I run the business side of Unrefined. So all the unglamorous, unsexy things that generally are done on a computer, that's what I do.
Well, I tell people all the time, we'd have the best product in the world and we would have been out of business 10, 15 years ago if she weren't part of it. I'm an idiot. I would give away everything because, oh, I baked it. Don't you want it? That's what bakers do. We bake. She gets people.
Yeah,
And Taylor's just kind of just in business. And when COVID hit, like she just dug in and was remarkable and amazing. That kept us going. COVID was not bad.
So did kitchen meal prep, did that evolve from like a
Customer, yeah, was that like a customer ask or was it just
So we've asked for years if we would ever make food, if we could do a cooking class, if we would do a cookbook, like how do we cook at home? And customers ask me frequently when I'm in stores, which don't get me wrong, I know I said I'm the computer back end, but I'm actually in our stores a lot too. So I love being in our stores and being customer facing. Yes, people have asked forever. How do you cook? What do you make for your kids? I have two very active, very busy boys, and we're all over the place. And I'm very much our target customer. I'm the busy working mom who wants to feed my kids healthy, but is busy and crunched for time. And how do I do that without, dining out and ordering takeout every day? In the spring, late spring, I was like, you know what? I am so good at meal prep. Because that's how I have to prep food for my family so that we can eat at home and eat healthy. And I'm so good at doing it fairly economically, like super, and always organically and obviously always gluten-free. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see if this meal prep idea could ever work. So I created test kitchen meal prep.
But hold on. We had launched the kolaches maybe a year before that.
And to-go pizza.
And to go, well, we did the kolaches first and we literally can't keep them in the stores.
Yeah. And it'll be on
I didn't know either. They're so good.
They're sure to get my hands on some of those. Oh, good.
Well, we can't. They're out frequently. I mean, we're just constantly reshipping them. But that showed that people wanted, safe and ready to eat. And we thought they would sell on Saturdays individually. That's how we thought we would sell them like a donut. Oh, no, they bought them in 8-packs.
wow?
It just showed us more.
Yeah, people want the savory items. So I rolled out like a very small test market in my neighborhood. I just created a little quick Instagram page. And within like a couple of weeks, I went from, I think the first week, I was very lucky to get 10 customers of my friends because it didn't really make sense to make it for 2 or 3 or 4 people. I needed to at least have 10 people. And I think within a month
We had like 400 videos in like a month.
yes, I think within 2 months or so, we are at 40 to 50 customers a week. And now we have to cap it each week. It is literally blown up. It's so exciting because it proves that people really do want to feed their families in a healthy, clean, organic way. And what's fun about Test Kitchen is that so many of our customers are not gluten free. But what we're doing is we're preparing the hard part of dinner, is what I'm saying. We prepare the protein. So, like, let's say if it's sloppy joes, right? They get their container of sloppy joes frozen. They can thaw it the night before whenever they want to serve it. So nothing's going to go bad with their weekly delivery. And they can use whatever buns or sliders they want to use, or they can put it in a sweet potato, which is my favorite way to eat it. Or they're all so versatile. The proteins are so versatile.
And they're so good.
And like if they want to put it on a Hawaiian sweet roll, more power to them. I'm providing them a healthy option, and then they can do whatever they want with that. And if they have a picky eater in their family who will only eat white bread, but then everybody else is gluten-free, whole grain bread, great. People get it's customizable and it's versatile.
Well, and you give them a suggestion.
That's right. Everybody gets a suggested shopping list. And I think the feedback that surprises me the most, and this is probably because I'm more geared toward food and flavors and ideas, is that people are like, no, you just make it so easy. Like, I know what I'm going to serve my family that week. You've already figured that out for me. Whereas for me, I never struggle with that personally. Like, I'm never like, what am I going to feed my family this week? But I guess that's why I did a business like this, is because I would never think that was challenging. But I've received that feedback more than anything, is like, you just make it so simple. Like, you tell me that 3 nights of the week, we are going to have these meals. And I think another sweet spot for Test Kitchen and why it's done well with delivery is that it's only 3 dinners a week. So it still allows for that impulse take out or go have dinner with soccer friends after practice or have your weekends free. Like it's not binding to where you have 5 nights of dinners because no one is that structured. Like everyone's life is too chaotic. Things come up.
What should do breakfast?
Yeah. And there's a breakfast and a lunch included with it as well, which the lunch is more geared toward the work from home parent or the working parent who wants to take it to work. It's a lunch salad. And breakfast is either like an unrefined coffee cake or gingerbread or one of our loaves or kolaches, depending on the week. Or our most popular breakfast is our protein overnight oats. So they are amazing.
It's egg something.
Not in a long time. We do an organic, gluten-free oat, chia seed, high protein Greek yogurt, and we use an organic whey protein. So like in a half a cup of our protein overnight oats, it has 12 grams of protein and 6 grams of fiber, which is pretty awesome. And we only use just a touch of organic maple syrup. So also our test kitchen is totally organic.
That's what I think too, like looking at the market, it's actually really unique to see a company evolve with their customer, like in the way you have, is that, you have the bakery and at the bakery, you hear from customers like what their needs are, what it's the feedback, like, and you're back all the time where for a lot of people who create one concept, they're never able to then serve that same customer in a different meal, in a different way.
Even when you worked with us, we were actively getting feedback. And originally we were making things with and without corn. We do like dual recipes because people came with us and said, oh, can you take the corn out? Oh, then can you take the tapioca out? Oh, can you take the dairy out? And then we would do, I know when you were with us, we would take, like when we first did the cornbread, we put with dairy and without dairy up on the counter in our only store and had people give us feedback. Well, 80% are going to say without the dairy. So it was easy. Why would we have it if 80% of your people are saying it's just as good without the dairy? So we got a lot of feedback at first.
But I feel like we've always tried to listen to our customer.
Oh, that's
and I think that's part of what has helped our success for sure, is that we're not rigid and stuck to a certain path. Like we'll listen to the customer, we take the feedback and we grow that way. So
Well, it's really unique too that you can use your kitchen for something else, right? Like it doesn't just have to be baked goods bakery. It could be something else, right?
yeah. Well, early in the spring, you guys might remember the current economic state was a little bit scary. People weren't really sure what was going to happen.
Right.
I was a little bit scared. So I was like, you know what? Bakeries. So when disposable income goes down, people's bakery purchasing goes down because usually it's going to be extra items they don't really need. People don't really need cupcakes. Do they want them? Absolutely. But they don't need cupcakes. So like discretionary spending, when it reduces due to economic downturns, we see that and we feel that. So I was trying to kind of diversify us to where we had something else a little more stable to make sure Unrefined would be fine if things went. And unfortunately, the economy's kind of righted itself a little better than it had early spring. But that was part of my driving force as well.
And I think also, like, given where we came from and how she said about when she was a kid and the teachers, like, we've always had that bend toward healthy. And I feel like we were like, MAHA, Make America Healthy Again, before the concept was ever even thought of.
Yeah.
Like I said, food just used to be organic. Like, we didn't have all these chemicals and additives and preservatives in it and food dyes. Like, why would we ever have thought that was a good idea? So,
Well,
and
it's
even
an example, right? Like, like the protein oats, I was laughing because I was like, oh, I would just make that at home, right? Because like I have the margin to, I know how to, I'm an efficient enough to do so. But I love the idea that I have patients now who are ordering Test Kitchen, and then they're like, next week, one of those dishes I'm going to try to make again. Like they now see it,
which is awesome. Yeah.
and it gives them health confidence, which is what we're looking for, right? It has more than just a restaurant benefit.
For sure. And I think when people read our ingredient list, they're like, wow, that's so simple. Yes, it is simple. And
There's educational value in it.
one of our team members was like, don't you worry that somebody might recreate this? And I was like, right. No, if not worried, I'm not worried at all. Like, go for it. Like, if you want to learn how to cook this at home, great.
Yeah.
I would love for everyone to eat in a more healthy way. And I want people to know that it is possible to feed your kids from home when you have all the activities and all the things. I've done it their entire lives. Like we take out twice a month. Yeah. Max. We just don't do it. So I love that people are kind of learning, hey, and now when customers come into Unrefined, they can come in, grab their cupcakes, and they also grab a turkey chili and a chicken shawarma and whatever from the freezers and their cinnamon rolls. We kind of check all those boxes now. They can grab a couple of meals from for their freezer when they're crazy busy. some breakfast items or some breads or staples they need, and some treats for their kids. And we serve them in a better way than we had before.
Plus, I think one of the things that we do so well is we show people that they can eat in a super healthy way. It's not going to kill them, and it tastes great. Like people are like, gluten-free deservedly had a horrific reputation. It was awful, but it doesn't have to be. And then if you can make it organic and all the other things that we've done with it, like awesome. So maybe the fact that we took seed dyes out makes them go, oh,
food dyes and seed oils out.
Well,
And it's created a new term, seed dyes.
seed dyes. I'm tired. I'm old. That they can know that they can eat in a way that doesn't hurt their body, that actually helps their body, and it can still taste great. Like I love that we're doing that. They're opening a door where they're not like, oh my God, I can't eat it that way because it's going to be terrible. Like, no, it's not.
Well, and speaking of that, I took for both Thanksgiving and Christmas, I got a couple of your pies and like rave reviews. And I do have a few family members that are gluten-free. So I kind of did it so that everyone could enjoy. And the people that weren't were like floored, when they asked, they're like, wait, that Derby pie is gluten-free? That's crazy.
Yeah, Derby pie and chocolate silk, like those are both, unfortunately, no feedback on the cinnamon rolls from my family because I ate them all. We're like fighting over the last bite. They're like, is there some cinnamon rolls left? I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think
we didn't lie though. There were cinnamon rolls. What are you talking about? No, we have customers who will be like, I'll intentionally put a gluten-free sign in that pie so that people won't touch it, because if they do, it's immediately gone. Like they just assume it's bad if it's gluten-free. She's like, but they're on to me now. She goes, every year I bring like the Derby and a winter berry. She's like, and they're immediately the first pie's gone. And yeah, our pies are amazing.
Try the silk with the fruit, like the winter berry with the
Oh, I haven't tried that one.
honey.
Well, I'm not a chocolate fruit combo person. It's
Either.
Oh, no. That does nothing for me. But share less tart now. And chocolate fruit don't belong to us.
No.
This is what's funny is like the difference, like you guys are like so different. And so I think that helps. Like,
or so
like in your like flavor preferences and everything. And so the bakery reflects that, is that it's not just everything that like Anne loves or not just everything that Taylor loves. It's a mix of both.
I think it also gives us credit.
You can tell like it's one person's palate that you're eating.
Well, people will be like, what's your favorite pie? I was like, well, my favorite pie is the coconut custard, but it's our least popular pie. So I would say the dark silk is our crowd pleaser. I mean, it's our number one most popular, but I will never eat it.
People that love coconut, like love it. Like I can't personally stand coconut. Taste, flavor, texture, everything.
But there's something for everyone, right?
Yeah, no, I buy the coconut one specifically for my dad because he loves it.
I've never had a pie like our coconut custard. It's just amazing.
Like a macaroon with a tiny bit of
a chat's pie with a macaroon style topping, but
macaroons like that thick. Like it's.
But you have to love coconut.
I love coconut.
So for future business owners and entrepreneurs, have you guys done any like mentoring or mentorship or feedback for anybody, because you've been doing this for so long now?
We get a lot of questions asked of us, like, how do I start a gluten-free bakery? Like, what should I get started with if I want to get in this space? And
I send them to her.
She's like, I'm not going to talk to you, but you can talk to Taylor.
Well, I mean, one thing will be like, oh, my daughter loves to bake. I mean, she should start a bakery. I'm like, it's just so hard. Yeah, like we didn't take any money out forever, and there were two of us. Like it was so hard. The Florida of business is just nothing.
Looking back, what are you happy that you're like, man, I'm so happy we made that decision? And on the flip side, what's something that you're like, man, I wish we would have done that differently?
So I'm so happy that we started opening more locations soon. It did make our lives much more difficult from a financial growth perspective. It was very, very difficult, but we had to do it to create, in my mind, Unrefined as a brand and to have the recognition and the trust to be spread across DFW. It was paramount. Like that edited package. We couldn't have been 10 years in and opening our second location. I mean, the fact that we have 6 locations, I think is, and at one point we had 8 locations. So we strategically closed 2 during the COVID years.
And sales went up.
But it was a strategic choice on our end. But I think our quick growth, which also almost killed us, was intentional and so important to us.
It gives you essentially big risk, big reward.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And then we opened.
But I will tell you, when we opened location number 2, we didn't think it was a big risk.
It was it almost killed us.
We didn't know how challenging it was going to be until we're 2 and 3 and 4 months in, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we're payroll and cash flow.
I talked to
it was crazy.
Another local business that also had been around, I think, a little longer than we had. and they also opened their second location the same time we did. And we were discussing, and they also almost went under at the same time because it took longer to do it. Like ours took longer. We didn't understand all the processes of building it out, even though we'd built out 2 other locations. It was just harder somehow. And we just almost didn't have the money to do it. Yeah. And the other company had the same thing. And now they've got like 5 or 6 like we do.
I mean, it's just the two of us. We don't have investors. We don't have private backing like a lot of brands do. And we've intentionally kept it the two of us. And that was also a strategic decision of ours, but it also makes things like opening a new location challenging. I mean, there's only so much money and it's not the build out that really sets you back. Obviously that's very expensive, but it's the year and a half of cash flow as you ramp up to be a profitable location. We really say it takes about 3 years to kind of like, secure a location to where it's a great store for us. And that's a lot of years to, float and run from a cash flow perspective, a new location. So,
and one of our new locations we opened right before COVID, and that was a challenge. That's one we probably would not do again if we,
Uptown. We opened our Uptown location February of 2020. So obviously March of 20, everything changed and people stopped working downtown and Uptown, and it was incredibly expensive. I mean, we paid
the rent was crazy.
It was
double the other rent.
No, triple plus. Triple plus our other rent.
Gladly, we could
probably wouldn't have opened Uptown, and had we been able to have the foot in the site to know that a global pandemic was about to hit us.
Yeah. And it was still my favorite location. Like, I loved that location. Yeah, I love the space. I love the look of it.
I love that we were really excited about what it could bring.
We had wine in it. We're like, people are going to come in and they're going to buy their, pizza or lunch to go, and they're going to go sit in the park and eat it. Like, it was a great idea. It just, the timing was just.
And I've seen it's changed so much in the past, 6 years. It's crazy. It's not what it used to be when I lived in Uptown and I worked downtown. So it's changed a lot.
Will Test Kitchen continue to grow and scale? Do you see that as it's coming now that it's in storefronts, people can pick it up? There's this option. It's frozen, so it lasts longer. What are the plans there?
So Test Kitchen isn't stopping. We are going to continue Test Kitchen testing recipes. Like this week's Test Kitchen has tuna recipes we haven't done before. And that'll be the goal of Test Kitchen, is to, test out new recipes for our market with the set meal plan that is delivered to customers' door on Mondays. This has proven to be something people love, and it's not stopping. I think we're going to continue to grow it in sort of the Dallas proper area, all the neighborhoods around Dallas and Dallas proper, and Highland Park's a part of that. So Dallas, Highland Park, whatever we want to call it. People surrounded in not necessarily the suburbs. And maybe we'll expand it to the suburbs in terms of our delivery radius. Today, we're not. Right now, people are just picking up at other Unrefineds if they want, which is something we offer. So if you're outside the delivery zone, people can just pick up their Test Kitchen meal kit at an Unrefined. But yes, it is going to continue to grow. Will it ever reach a point where we will stop growth? I believe so. I believe we will get to a certain number of deliveries a week, and that's it. The cutoff. And so when we reach that cutoff each week, that'll be where we are. And I have that number in mind, and I think that will probably be hit this year.
Okay. But I'm on the ops side and the delivery team side, big time on that side of it. I'm in charge of it. And I also can see how this can kind of really be a big deal. Mm-hmm. It's a really neat slice that nobody else is doing. And we already have the reputation, and there are people doing, and we're already going into these other locations, right? We're already delivering. So why don't we increase our delivery to our wholesale accounts while increasing delivery?
Because people want them on Mondays to start their week.
Well, I hear you, but maybe there are people, it's up for discussion.
Well, we're excited to see where it grows. We have some rapid fire questions to ask both of you before you go.
Perfect. All right. Favorite Dallas spot to grab a meal when you didn't cook?
Well, my kids would say taco joint. Okay, because that's their favorite spot. Is it gourmet? No, but it's fun and quick and convenient. We always see our friends. I love HG Supply.
Same. I was just there yesterday.
Okay. That one. And also I really like Dos Mesa. I'm ready for people to get seed oils out now that I don't do seed oils because it does impact me. So I used to eat out probably 3 times a week, and now I eat out once or twice a month because of the seed oils.
HG doesn't have.
I know. HG's awesome. HG's right in line with us. They're awesome.
Exactly. I love that. What about a non-negotiable habit that keeps you grounded?
I don't know that this is the right answer, but I changed my morning routine to start off with the mud water and a salt and collagen. And then I've added a beef protein powder to that. And it's changed my world. That's awesome. She's rolling her eyes. She thinks it tastes terrible. COVID took away my taste.
I cannot.
She will always be your crunchy mom. Like she just like,
Oh, man, I just really struggle. You can testify. Like I had terrible brain fog in the morning and now I don't. And it got really profound after I got COVID. My brain fog was just horrific. And Erin turned us on to salt and mud water. I think you and she were discussing mud water back in the day. And I do it at least 6 out of 7.
I really try to not even turn my phone off airplane until my kids are gone to school in the mornings. So I try to be up present outside. I sit outside on our front patio, get some sun, drink our drink, talk with my kids before I turn my phone on. It's something I try to do. And I fail at it regularly, but I do it maybe more often than not. So
okay. And then last one business tool or system you can't live without.
So just in the new space of the Test Kitchen, so my husband has joined us in business since Test Kitchen launched, which is new. He's never worked with us in our 16 years of business. But he's been massive. He's such a support. And, jack of all trades, but has always done his own thing in healthcare, but is no longer doing that. So he has joined us. So I think this is going to sound so silly, but the Notes app, it has like a collaborative feature. And it says the checklist options that has actually changed my life with my husband.
It's like she's my marriage. They don't have a business together, but we have it's amazing. And it's the same
The
thing.
collaborative feature of the Notes app with the check boxes, and you can see when it's been checked off by both parties. I'm like,
That's amazing.
this has changed my life. It's off your to-do list. It's changed my life because it's like the only technology piece I can like get him to use.
He doesn't.
And it's really helpful for him because he doesn't have to write anything down and it's all in front of him.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
he's employed. I wish him luck.
and I'm thinking of something that I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to add that. Great, I'll add it. And it's just there right in front of him. He doesn't have to like go into a text and look at it like it's present. So that little piece of technology has actually changed my life in the past year. So that I love the collaborative Notes app.
That's amazing. So, people know Unrefined Bakery, but if they want to order Test Kitchen, they go to Instagram.
So for Test Kitchen, I don't know if it's going to change from this. For now, it's all on Instagram at Test Kitchen Meal Prep. We launch our menus on Monday evenings for the following Monday morning delivery. Cool. So you have all week to order, except when we sell out, we sell out. Okay. So usually I'll give like a warning in our stories, like, hey, we're down to the last 5 kits or whatever. Like some weeks we sell out on Thursday. I still had like 2 kits left last Sunday. No, I sold them. It varies week to week and our production varies week to week as well. So, but I'll usually give people sort of a warning. But if you get your order in by Wednesday, you're always going to be fine. And we usually have an early ordering bonus. So if you order early, which helps me firm our numbers, this week you get peanut butter protein bites, which we've just rolled out and launched, or you'll get unrefined cookies, or, you get some sort of little treat for getting your order in early. But yes, at Test Kitchen Meal Prep, you just order via the post in our feed. And all the instructions are always there. Our delivery window, suggested shopping list, full menu. And then I also post all of our nutritional info by that next Monday's delivery time. So like it'll have like a little highlight bubble that says like 112 delivery, but yesterday's delivery with all the meals for that week. We're just kind of keeping it basic right now, all Instagram based. Will we launch into a website? I don't know. It's working really, really, really well. So I don't know if we're going to do that or not. TBD.
Yeah. Are so cool that both of y'all joined us this morning.
Thank you.